evening. I'm Tom Harvey, and welcome to Face the Press. Our panelists this evening are from left to right. From the Elliott Wax newsletter, Morley Wolfe. From the Irwin Rowan Gazette, Harry Budgell. From the Steinberg Monitor News, Miss Madeline Smith. Our guest this evening is a man who's known throughout the world. He's an ex-president of the United States, who, after being out of the limelight, agreed to resurface in the program 60 Minutes. Now, since that broadcast, our guest has had second thoughts about the way he was presented. But enough said. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome former President Richard M. Nixon, and good evening, Mr. President.
Thank you. Let me say this about that. That's music to my ears. I haven't been referred to as Mr. President for a long time.
Well, how do people refer to you, sir?
Well, let me make this perfectly clear. My name is Richard, and that's what people call me.
Well, if you'll pardon me, sir, Mr. President, Richard is such a formal name, and you seem so casual. You just don't seem like a Richard.
Oh, that's true. When people get to know me, they say I don't look like a Richard. They say I look more like a Dick. But I enjoy being called Mr. President.
Right, sir. Well, let's start with Morley Wolfe.
Mr. President, what did you think of your interview on 60 Minutes?
I'm glad you asked me that question. I was horrified. I agreed to do the interview, and then after it was done, not only did they edit out the parts they wanted to, but they put swear words in my mouth. Yes, they dubbed them in. That was not me.
You mean the profanities were not you?
Of course not. Do you think I'd be crazy enough to say those kinds of words in front of millions of decent, law-abiding citizens? What do you think I am, a fucking fool? I don't deal in profanity. I have my shit together. And I was made to look like an asshole.
Excuse me, sir, but you just said you would never swear in front of decent, law-abiding citizens, and you just let out a barrage on the Bazaar show.
Exactly. What do you get, 300 or 400 degenerates watch this piece of garbage?
Well, I think that takes care of that. Now, let's move to Harry Budgell.
Mr. President, did you ever use drugs while in office?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that. And I'm going to answer that question very simply with one question. Do I look like a man who uses drugs?
Now, let's go to Madeline Smith.
Mr. President, what do you think about a woman president?
Well, I'd rather not talk about Nancy Reagan at this time.
Are you insinuating that Nancy Reagan runs this country?
Well, what I'm saying is that Nancy and Ronnie are a great team.
Oh, you mean like Roosevelt and Truman, Eisenhower and Nixon, Kennedy and Johnson?
No, I was thinking more of Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, with the little time we have left, I'd like to throw some names at you, Mr. President, and you give us your first reaction to them. And here we go. Washington, Jefferson, and Lincoln.
Oh, that's easy. The three winners of the NBA slam dunk contest.
Martin and Lewis.
A fine pair.
Dolly Parton.
The best pair I've ever seen.
Your favorite singer, Perry Como.
Laid back.
Spyro Agnew.
Kick back.
John Dean.
Don't turn your back.
And one final referencer, John Biner.
Let me give him some advice. I've seen his show. Don't do what I did, Biner. Burn the tapes.
Thank you, former President Nixon.
As a matter of fact, start burning with this piece right here.
Right, sir. This is Tom Harvey speaking on behalf of the Face the Press, returning you to Bazaar.
Make sure you leave nothing, Biner, especially those sophomoric impressions.
and gentlemen, the star of Bizarre, John Viner.
Welcome, Bizarre. We have a killer of a show tonight, and to kick it off, I'd like to do a little bit for you that I came up with myself. A total Biner creation. That's the reason for the desk, the chairs, and the curtain, which you'll see in a minute. Anyway, I'll tell you how I got the idea. All of us have watched the talk shows for years, and all of them, when they need to spice up their shows, Johnny, Merv, Steve, all the guys, they bring out a man from the zoo who has frightening animals, and the host proceeds to act scared to death of these animals. Now, what we don't realize is that these animals are totally tamed, and if they're not, they probably had some strange lettuce given to them before they brought out. Well, tonight, I'm going to show you their act using animals that aren't quite as ferocious. See you in a moment.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Tonight Show. Now, the star of the show, here's Johnny.
No, we're going to dispense with the monologue tonight because we have Larry the Animal Man with us, and I thought we'd better get on with it before some of those beasts get out in the cages back there. So let's, without further ado, let's bring out Larry the Animal Man. Larry? Wow, holy cow. Now, just, wow, look at that thing. Just what is that?
Well, Johnny, this is a 6-week-old German Shepherd dog.
6 weeks old. Wow, look at that thing. He's ready to jump. He's ready to pounce at any minute. Don't get him too close to my desk now. It's 6 weeks old. Now, how big do they get? They must get to be huge.
Oh, yeah, they can be quite huge at this age. Definitely.
Oh, look at that face. He's looking at somebody out there. He's ready to go. Wow, holy cow. Did you get a good look at him, Ed?
Straight.
Wow, move down the couch. I'd do it if I were you, Ed. Do you think I could hold him here?
Yeah, but be careful.
Wow, too close enough. Close enough for me. I mean, we've got a 3-year contract left on the shoe. I don't think it's worth it. Maybe you should bring something else out. Look at those fangs. Look at those eyes. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. Lock him up good, will you, when you get back there? Did you see... Hey, just a minute. What do you call this particular animal?
Puppies.
Puppies. I read about them in National Geographic, I think. Wow, scary stuff.
Sure is.
I wonder what he's going to bring out next. Wow. Holy, look out, Cordova. Wow, holy cow. That's too much for me. I don't know. Do you have to put him on the desk?
Well,
Guess what? Wow, what? Holy cow. Just, he's looking at me. Is that okay? He's starting to come over this way. Now he's going back toward you. You're not afraid, eh?
No.
Wow. Just what it... Holy cow, did you see him jump? Did you see him jump there? What is this?
Well, this is a parakeet, Johnny. It's about a year old.
Parakeet?
Yeah.
A year old? Is he fully grown?
No, not totally. They add about 2 or 3 more feathers before they're full grown.
Did you hear that? At 3 or 4 more feathers before they're grown. Well, before he gets out of that
You want to put your hand in and he'll climb on your finger. And...
climb? Are you kidding? Climb on my... Get him out of here. He looks like he's ready to tear that cage apart. Get him. Look out. I don't know how the man does it. He spends his life with these things. Wonder what he's going to bring out next. I haven't. Have you ever seen anything?
No, I haven't.
What do you call it? A parakeet?
Yeah.
Oh, now. Look out. We're talking ferocious here now. Look at that. He's trying to hide so he can pounce. what is that thing?
This is a kitten, Johnny.
A kitten?
Yeah.
Whoa, he's looking at me now. Now, that same thing is going to happen here. Look out there. Look out. Now, how old is that cat?
Well, this isn't fully grown. It's just a baby. They grow to be about twice as big.
I'd hate to see the size of his mother. Wow. Yeah, don't put him by head. That'll scare the living daylight. Look out, Bob. He's got a kitten. It's a kitten, and did you see the parakeet backstage? If that gets out, we're all in big trouble.
Let's just stop this, please, and move the set off.
Well, I guess then Larry the Animal Man doesn't get to bring out his man-eating goldfish. We're very sorry. Larry, let's have a hand for Larry. Wow. Whew.
Someday
That
maybe
really was something.
All week long you were doing this, and I knew it was a mistake, and you came out here and you offended people. People you really like, Johnny, Merv, Steve. You know, you can't do that. That was really
I
terrible.
was just having some fun. It worked. The people liked
No,
me.
it didn't work, okay? You're wrong. The way something like that works is if you get a big animal out here who's ferocious, who's stupid, who smells, who might relieve himself on the stage uncontrollably, if you pay for something like that, then you have fun.
Great idea, Bob. Here's some money. Take your clothes off. Get on my desk. I'll go get a leash and a tetanus shot.
Hands off me, you jerk.
Look, lady, I told you you had the right to remain silent. Another outburst like that, I'd throw you in the clink.
What's going on here, Grosny?
I was patrolling the park. This lady was jogging with this dog. Dog's got no license.
No license. That calls for a strip search.
Get your hands off me. What are you talking about, a strip search? This is ridiculous.
Look, lady, it's late. I'd hate to have to see you spend the night in jail. It gets pretty rough in there.
Nobody here is strip searching me, all right?
Okay, have it your own way. Put her in with the Gerchikov broad, the one with the tattoo on her tongue.
Okay, wait. All right, I'll do the strip search, but I'll do it myself, okay? Nobody's gonna touch me.
Fine.
This is ridiculous. I've heard about these unbelievable, humiliating strip searches. But to actually have to go through with it, I can't believe it. But there, now whatever the hell you're looking for, I don't have it.
Mind taking the top off?
What for?
Could be hiding something in there.
This is unbelievable.
You're right there. Well, I think looks okay. It'd just be a $100 fine for your dog's license and for your fine.
$100 fine because that dog didn't have a license? You idiot, this isn't even my dog.
Well, in that case, how about if we give you the $100 and you take your clothes off again? Gerchikov, get the paramedics. I think she knocked my tooth through my brain. And secondly, put my license back on my dog. There's got to be an easier way to see a girl undress. What we're going to show you now is a professional doing his job. Tom Harvey, who is one of our most beloved cast members and who has been with us since the inception of Bizarre, is a true professional, and we kid him a lot about not making mistakes. We decided one night just to see how far we could push him and what would happen if we tried to make him make a mistake. So here's Tom Harvey trying to introduce Dr. Paul van Calvin, who is a German special effects expert. Take it away.
In recent years, movies such as Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Star Trek, owe their success to the special effects division. People walking past me when you're in front of the camera, for example. Well, tonight, Bizarre...
That was a mistake. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Here we go.
Lost the boot.
And
Yeah.
5, 4, 3.
In recent years, movies such as Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Star Trek owe their success to the special effects division. Well, tonight, Bazaar is fortunate to have obtained an interview with one of the most creative special effects men in the entertainment business. His name is Paul Van Calvin. And right now, he's standing by in his workshop. Well, we'll learn about him. And his... I got the lines right there. I know. Don't stop. An elephant act. I go from the beginning. Yeah, okay. There we're on.
Here we go in 5, 4, 3.
I tell you what, let's see if you can do it without the cars.
Okay, here we go in 5, 4, 3.
In recent years, movies have been famous for their... Well, I was ad-libbing. I was just going around it. I was just picking out the important words. Not the prestigious words.
You're wasting time.
Okay, here we go.
Announcer, get it done.
You realize I'm only 24 years old? 5 years in the show. Okay.
Okay, here we go in 5, 4, 3.
Again, you're wasting too much time. But it gives you the cue, go for it.
Okay,
This is the star of the show who's getting bored.
Right, all right, okay, very good. Eve laughed. Okay, here we go.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
In recent years, movies such as Star Wars... I got a frog in my throat. There we go. All right. This is it.
Okay, here we go. In 5, 4, 3.
In recent years, movies such as Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Star Trek owe their success to the special effects division. Well, tonight, Bazaar is fortunate to have obtained an interview with one of the most creative special effects men in the entertainment business. His name is Paul Van Calvin. And right now, he's standing by in his workshop where we'll learn about him and his magic talent. Good evening, Mr. Van Calvin.
Good evening, just spraying a brain here. I think you could use it.
Sir, let's get right to it. Who are some of the stars you've worked with?
I work with Barbara Streisand on Yentl.
I see. Well,
Barbara Streisand on Yentl. Did you hear that?
I don't recall any special effects in that picture.
Are you kidding? I had to make her look like a man with her measurements 36, 18, 36.
Well, that's quite a body.
It's not her body, that's her nose.
What's that large object over on your left there?
Oh, this? It's a head I made out of paper mache.
Well, why did you make it so big?
So I could use it as a model to make a hat for Dick Clark. Paper mache, Dick Clark, spray the brain. Anything works.
Right, sir. I understand that you've signed to do another Cheech and Chong movie.
No, I decided against that. I'm tired of making shit.
I presume you really don't like their movies.
No, I'm not talking about their movies. It's my job I don't like. You see, I have to make the shit that they step in look real.
Oh, I see.
No, you don't. Look at this. Looks real, doesn't it? That look real?
Well, it sure does.
Of course it is. Oh, but I told you, I'm sorry with the doo-doo. Dear dog, I almost stepped in that.
What was your most challenging special effect?
That was when I worked on the Michael Jackson short Thriller. You remember when he turns around and he has those horrible eyes, those grotesque eyeballs?
Yes, that was very scary.
Yes, well, I worked on those for a year with my assistant, Elliot. I think I'll bring him in here. He's worthy of you. Oh, there he is! Elliot, I'll show you some examples here. Now, what we did here first was tried paper mache, as we did with Dick Clark's head right there. And then we tried a certain asbestos, didn't we? Yes, we did. He talks a lot. Then we went to rubber, covered in light plastic coating. And then I realized, hey, why fool around with this? Go for reality. So with Elliot's help, too much, Steve. One line, he tries to make it a story. Let's have a hand for Steve. Come on, here, Steve. Here you go. Put that with your eyes. Stick your head away.
Right now, sir, before we... This has truly been fascinating, but before we let you go, was there any special effect that really stands out as your favorite?
Absolutely. It happened a little while ago. I worked on a picture Greystoke. You know about Tarzan? Well, I had the responsibility to make it look like a real man was making love to a real gorilla.
How did you do it?
How else? I took her out for a couple of drinks and then a little wham bam thank you gorilla.
Well, thank you very much, Paul Van Calvin.
You know the gorilla still calls me twice a week. I said, don't call me anymore unless you're prepared to make a commitment.
Right, sir. Thank you very much. Tom Harvey returning you to Bazaar.
It's been a pleasure, Tom. Thank you very much, too. Thank you very much. We had a good time. I'm very happy that you all come down to see us, and we'll see you next week, okay? Thank you very much, and good night.